What's going on, everybody? Tis I, Photo Dave, and welcome to the Thursday night Toypixx live stream where I'm going to talk quite a bit about why this is such a great time to be an action figure photographer, why it's so good, why anybody can get picking up with it, get started with it, get picking up with it. Words, they fail me already, but there's going to be a lot of good stuff. So, photography, let me know in the comments, especially if you're in the replay crew, but definitely if you're checking this out. What are you most excited about when it comes to photos? Is it effects? Is it just learning how to shoot? Is it the figures themselves? What all out there has you really stoked, really excited? And if you're not into the figure photography, what will it take to get you there? What could get you stoked? Because, and I've typed this up on X a couple times, and I sincerely mean it, any photo that you enjoyed shooting is a fantastic photo. So don't worry about any kind of judgment or any of that stuff. Put it up there. Action figure photography, well, it's a whole lot of fun. It's how I wish I could spend all my days. That would be good times. Now, without further ado, why don't we jump in, see what's going on with the chat, and we will start with SciFi, keeping us up to date on stuff. SciFi, if you didn't see, I did finally see your message on Instagram, and I chuckled. Wow. Anyway, Star. Hey, gang, this has been bugging me for 2 days. It's not hodgepodge, it's Mod Podge. Whew. That was embarrassing. That wasn't embarrassing at all. Don't worry, Star. If it helps you at all, I had no idea what you were talking about either way. So you're good, man. Must be all those pesky unstable molecules acting up again. Man, it is definitely unstable molecule season. Those Fantastic Four and that Richards. Bad dude. Bad dude. I thought we were starting it with SciFi, but I'm seeing Star here. If you all are looking to make water, ice, etc., Van Dyke's water ice crystal palettes work wonders. Heat them with a heat gun, not a hair dryer, and they temporarily melt so you can shape them. Nice. Van Dyke's water ice crystal palettes. Huh. That's interesting. Okay. Whew. Oh man, here I was all premature saying we're starting up with SciFi. SciFi is the next one. All right, Star, you can pick some up at Mackenzie's Taxidermy Supply. Hang on, I just got a window pop up. A heat gun can be found fairly inexpensively wherever fine heat guns are sold. I actually have one. See, we use this stuff where I work to simulate the surface of water. Star, now I'm curious, where do you work? Like, what do you do? What is it you do that you need to simulate the surface of water for? That would be cool to know. All right, let's break in. We have SciFi here. Greetings and toytations, everyone. First, a special thanks to our executive producer, Star, and our local internet sponsor, Mod Podge. Remember, where there's smoke, there's Mod Podge. Lots of news. Good call. That's a good PSA there, SciFi. Oh, but we got Star jumping in. Jump around. Lucy, another one on the way. Pre-ordered. Bring on the rest of the gang. And don't forget Adam Smasher, Max Tack, James Norris, Maelstrom Cops, and all Cyber Psychos. Ah, the Cyber Psychos. That would be fun. Star, I had you in mind when I put Lucy up there. That's a Buzzmod figure. And I was curious, are you going to just stick with Jada, or are you going nuts with anything that's Edge Runners? Because I know, what was it, last week we talked just real briefly about the 1/6 Lucy that's getting made as well. So, yeah, man, let us know. Are you a fan of all the things? All the cyberpunk things? Dave from Displaying Model Behavior has some possible leaked info up on Marvel Legends figures, which included Ghost Rider, not sure which one, possible even Vengeance. That's right, I did listen to that video. A possible Maximum Thor. Now, see, Thor needs the maximum treatment, as long as they do it okay. I don't know. We'll see, though. Even figs from... Dun, 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 Wait, we're jumping into Star again. Oh, man, got to remember even figs from. Sci-fi is on fire tonight. The stage is yours. Even figs from, oh my gosh, I must scroll. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. The Marvel Rivals video game, more Iron Man, and several other things that escape me at the moment. Valaverse now has its second shipment of Vanguards on its site for a $60 price drop, making them $125. Holy crap. Oh man, that's a deal. I got the email, but I just haven't been spending much lately. So sorry guys, still adjusting the computer, but I haven't been spending much lately, so I just deleted it. I'm like, I don't want to look at whatever he's saying about the Vanguard. 125 is a heck of a deal, man. And I did just get a well, not a cancellation, but a delay notice from Ami about Rogue. Huh. All right. Where are we? Here we are. Got to keep scrolling from now on. Also, the Vanguard Hull accessory kit is available for $25 along with bundle sets for the Vanguard. Super 7 released its Skycutter vehicle from Thundercats and it's $185. Yeah, I saw that. There's still. I have pushed the buttons. There's still plenty more news, but for now I'll say back to you, Dave, and the dark web's infamously famous chat. That's what we should do. We should totally get on the dark web, do all that stuff. As it is, I remember Tragic was saying I need to get on the Discord. Mr. Madsen, sup nerds? I likes it. Yeah, I'm going to try and make some explosion effects this weekend. Nice. I've seen, let's see, cotton seems to work well with some lights in it. Yeah, smoke up the, like you use some gray or black spray can, or yeah, use a spray. Oh my gosh. Wow. My brain just totally died. An airbrush. Good Lord. Airbrush a little bit of gray on there, airbrush some black, put on a few other colors and light them up. I don't know though. I've just found some tutorials on the YouTubes because I'm curious about that stuff. But that's going to be awesome. We're going to need to see them when you get them done. Alrighty. Spaded van mit diesen daddy. I'm here to see my enemies driven before me and hear the lamentations of their women. Conan? Is it Conan? Do I know things? You know what? I just proved I don't know things because I'm not sure if it's Conan or not. Woo-hoo! What is up, Pixelated Poses? Good to see you, sir. All right, there is more partying with this sweet, sweet chat. Just got Meco King Conan yesterday, so I'm in a bit of an alpha mood. Crom, be praised. Okay, maybe I was right. Maybe I got things so I feel wise now. I don't feel wise. Let's see. Good figure. I have the other two. Nice. Conan, actually, there is something about just straight up figures that make this a great time to be a toy photographer because I don't think there's ever been a time where we could get so many just spectacular figures for our collections that are going to look great under your lights, in front of your lenses, or that already do. Like it's just a good time right now. The best part of toy photography is when the picture on your camera is as good or better than what you had in mind. Oh, I like it, Harry. I like it. I took a storm shot today and like I liked how it turned out, at least as far as how I played with the colors for it. But it wasn't exactly what I had in mind. I wanted her coming way out, but I just don't have enough of a backdrop for that yet. It'll get there, but I know exactly what you're talking about, man. And that is a good feeling when you pull it off. But have we again at Mr. Matson from Spaded One McDysentery? Yeah, I missed out big time. The accessories with these figs are awesome. So many clothing options with each. Yeah, ugh, 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 ugh. Woo! Oh, he is Star. What have we? Spaded one. Then there's the Barbarian Accessory Pack. So all the Conans can be other barbarians. Good Lord, man. I don't know things. I didn't know about that. Well, maybe I did at the time. Who knows? Oh, push the buttons. I also have Frazetta Girls Conan and Savage Crucible Ball and Chain coming. All right, you guys are clearly big Conan fans. I've never seen anything that is Conan. I know I'm supposed to watch the first Conan movie, but then I think you guys said don't watch the second one. But I'm sure you'll correct me in the comments if I'm off. Yeah, Mr. Manson, yeah, I'm going to have to get that too, I guess. We're not enabling here, people. This is not, this is totally enabling. But have ye star grabbing all edge runners. But Jada will always be the core that my edge runners collection revolves around. I'll always have more of them than any of the others. Nice, Star, nice. I was just curious, man. Woo-hoo. Uh-oh. Let's see. I pre-ordered the Shumagorath, aka Gargantos. Nice. Because I gotta say, that Gargantos, as much as I don't really do much when it comes to Marvel Legends, in fact, I still only have four figures, and one of those is Galactus. That Gargantos is pretty sweet. Like, I don't know what to do about that thing yet, but it's awesome. So congratulations on the pre-order, sir. Spaded one. Somebody need to show Star that Buzz Mod Lucy. Oh, don't worry. We will be looking at that Buzz Mod Lucy. I actually prepared. I have a Word doc and everything ready to go. Darklon was supposed to be delivered today. No joy, but Heavy Duty came this week. I think I saw you post about him, and that Heavy Duty looks sweet. What do you think of him right now? Because I'm tempted by that one. Spaded one. Great call, my friend. Already put a few on pre-order. That Buzzmod Lucy has no chance. She's in. Harry, same here. Shumagorath is too Lovecraft not to get. That's what I was thinking too. Is anybody that's trying to put together some kind of weird HP Lovecraft type display? Oh, that Shumagorath would work wonderfully in that. So tonight's stream, by the way, wow, even the word stream escaped me. Tonight's stream is going to basically, it's kind of a catch-all. We're going to look at a lot of things tonight, all over the stuff that makes toy photography fun, stuff you can check out. Maybe you haven't heard of some of it, just things that you can look at and go, wow. Because truly, one of the reasons it's such a great time, forget even the figures. There's so many customizers making so much cool stuff. Skew had sent me a video that I just saw today, and it was somebody had done Superman heads for I think most any Superman figure, but they were using the MothX Hush Superman to show it off, and they were Dan Mora heads where Superman looked happy, he looked hopeful. They were awesome, and now I think the only way I can get them is unpainted. But I mean, that's just one example of somebody making stuff that is just so cool and so photogenic. It was pretty remarkable. So anyway, I love all edge runners, but Jada will always have pride of place on my shelf. Nice. Yeah, I just think Jada basically rules the roost. It really is a crazy collector time. Really obscure stuff is getting home run figures. Mesco with their pulp characters, Jada with edge runners, the entire third party market, etc. Yeah, there's a vehicle I just saw from the third party, or from, what was it, MMM Toys, I believe, that works for classified figures or any military figures. Mwah. It's gonna give people runs for their money. I don't know, man. There's so much good stuff. Mr. Matson, both Conan movies are okay, but not really Conan. As bad as the Momoa movie is, it's closer to Conan. I didn't even know there was a Momoa Conan. Oh no. I must find things now. Let's see. Conan the Barbarian movie is rated, or Cons, the Barbarian No, you know what? I'm going with Conan. I'm doing that. That's what I'm sticking with. Conan the Barbarian movie is rated R. I'm perfect. Blood and Nudity, the sequel, Conan the Destroyer, is the PG-13 sequel. Basically, RoboCop 3 in leather. Now, you guys told me don't go beyond the first RoboCop. So I haven't seen RoboCop 3. So there's no frame of reference for that one. All right, let's get through a couple more of these guys, and then I'll start showing you what's up. Fury Toys 112th Monkey King Sun Wukong is sold out on 5K, so be prepared for massive FOMO if you didn't order them. There are picks coming out from China that's amazeballs. Oh, Harry, don't just set us up for FOMO. What's up, Ghost Tab? Good to see you, man. But have we correct? Stop after RoboCop 1. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Okay, now one bit of news I wanted to throw out there, just Toypixx news that I'm pretty excited about. If all goes according to Comcast Business's plan, this should be the last live stream I do from the dining room. After tonight, starting Monday, I should be able to start doing the live streams from the office. Now, the office still isn't quite perfect and quite set up perfectly for streaming, but because I'll have the Wi-Fi right there and everything, hopefully we're not going to be dropping any more streams. So there you go. That's the big time news as far as these things go. Oops. Sorry about that, ironic. Totally missed it. Let's see. Waiting on my Savage Crucible Wave 2 to arrive. Nice. I think I've told you guys a couple times. Mom ordered one of the fish, the Piranoid from Wave 3. And she's like, is that ever coming? Is that ever coming? I have to tell her, Kickstarter works in mysterious ways, Mom. It'll be here. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that because she wants me to do a review and a photo shoot with that guy. But Wave 2 looks pretty amazing. I know Mr. Matson was telling me, he was showing me how incredible these Savage Crucible figures are. I gotta start playing a little more. That's a little more Toypixx news. I'm going to be advertising some product photography here very soon so I can bring in a lot more Toypixx money to help Toypixx grow and spend the money on all the things that will make that happen, as well as my car. My car needs a little bit of help. Every time it rains, there's a leak. It's not good. Okay. We have, what's up, Clank? Good to see you, sir. Thanks for stopping in. Oh, nada mucho. All right, here we go. And it's about time. I'm going to miss that tablecloth and Steve the houseplant. I call him Steve. Good times. Steve, which one, Steve? Oh, Steve. There's Steve, right? Wait a sec. Right there. Right there is Steve. It's up there. Hello, Steve. Now I'm going to call him Steve. I like it. I'll make it work. Alrighty. Let's get into a few things. Like I said, tonight is basically a catch-all. We haven't really been discussing figures on their own. We haven't been discussing a lot of stuff. We've been more talking in general terms about a lot of this. So I found some links. I want to talk about some of this stuff for real, take some closer looks. So we're going to make that happen. As soon as, wait a second. Oh, no. Okay, hold on, though. Hold on. Technology, ladies and gentlemen, it has indeed failed me again, but I have the link, so I will just copy and paste. Haha. Now, we have talked about this a little bit. You'll see it in just a sec. Present Duder. And there we go, the Human Muscle Man. Now, the fact that this exists, right? This is just cool. There aren't many things that I can look at and say, okay, because that exists, life is better. And I'm not sure I can say that about this, to be very honest. The next one, maybe, though. But anyone who's into customizing can turn this into almost anything. This creepy thing, whatever you want to do, it's just fun. And it's fun to have just this crazy muscle suit. You know what I think of here with this, actually, is Watchmen. I think Dr. Manhattan when I see this. Like, make this thing blue and you got something. Because that's basically Dr. Manhattan. Just give him the black shorts, or what, those weren't even black shorts. Those were like a black Speedo or something. Give him that, you got Dr. Manhattan going on. And I think that's pretty sweet, to be very honest, because who doesn't love them some Dr. Manhattan? And then we're going to go with the red version here, right about now. This one just straight up muscle and ligaments and just nastiness. So this is cool. Now, it's not something I'm going to get, but I can't deny that this is one of those things that would actually be kind of cool if you were an artist learning how to draw. This would be sweet. The proportions are obviously a little more super heroic than people actually are, but you want to get this thing into crazy poses. You could almost test what poses should look like with this, but then the action figures they make these days, you can pretty much do the same thing too. So, so that's not why you need this. This is just like a dead meat guy, maybe do some zombie stuff. I don't know. The other one, however, I do get serious Dr. Manhattan vibes from that thing with just a little bit of paint. All right, Star. And the best part is Lucy won't be here until next year. I don't have to sell body parts right away for the pigs after all. Oh, happy days. But see, you hit us with a caveat there, Star. You said you don't have to sell body parts. Oh, man, right away. And well, you shouldn't have to sell body parts ever. I hope. I hope. But if it's a really large figure and they're charging a lot of money, absolutely, saw off a pinky. I don't know how practical that would be for other people, but still, I just pre-ordered that and canceled it moments ago, just before I saw that new pre-order for Lucy. No worries, man. No worries. I understand. That's one of the things that makes the toy photography difficult, is we all have to prioritize. And are we doing diodes? Are we doing effects? Are we doing figures? Are we doing equipment? What all is getting done? And that's the best of times and the worst of times because of all the things, I suppose. This one is interesting. I considered getting the Figma muscle guy, but this one seems good as well. Clank, I do think it's cool, but I don't know. That's up to individual stuff. Now, if I find something and I decide everybody needs it, I'll make sure and let everybody know they need it. But that everybody would include me as well. So don't worry. I'm sure we'll find something. Spaded looks like a Mofx knockoff. A Hofx, a half X. Whoa, that would be the gray version, perhaps. I don't know. Ghost have that real muscle body. Can pose the colossal titan from Attack on Titan. Oh, can pose as. That's probably a good call. I don't know my Attack on Titan, but that seems to check out. We'll see if people agree with this. Ty is going to go great with the eventual Jada Mortal Kombat figs. I'm going with this is going to go great. Oh, you're right. Ah, fatality. Oh, oh yeah. Peel some skin. They're going to need, they need to sell this with like, oh, this is gross. They need to sell this with like a latex cover that looks like a skin suit. What do you think? That's disgusting. Who said that? That is horrid. But it would be awesome because then you just rip it off and there's that. That would make for some freaky photos. Clank, I studied human health and exercise in, let's see, and exercise in school. So stuff like this always interests me. Yep, same here a little bit. Like, it's why I have some wooden models. Like, I got my niece a wooden hand so she could learn how to draw hands. That was my stuff as well, was art school. It's crazy stuff. I mean, you studied the health and all that. I studied the art, so we both were looking at people. Thought it was a Hellraiser fig the moment I saw it. Oh, do it up. Harry, what have ye? Meh on the human muscle. I'm good with that too. Like I said, I'll let you know if everybody here needs to buy whatever. Spaded one, is that a meat mask accessory? Maybe that's it. Maybe you pull off the meat there and there's actually somebody under it. Use this with your Jada Scooby Doo figures. No rec ship tonight due to Joe Fest. Happy Joe Fest weekend. Next weekend is the DFW GI Joe action figure show. That's right. I saw you sent me something on that. That's going to be sweet. Ah, and I forgot Joe Fest was this weekend. Oh, yeah, there you go. Are you going, Mr. Manson? I figure you probably are. Predator Figs could use this guy for photos. Oh. Ironic, I snagged the Atom Super Strong 1/12 male body action figure a while back, only 27 bucks plus shipping on 5K. That was the one. It wasn't so muscly, like it wasn't trying to be kind of an anatomy lesson. It was like a superhero looking body. Am I right? Am I correct? It's been a bit since I've been to 5K. I need to go look at that site again. Ghost Tab, my study of the human anatomy involved using a credit card. Well, however it gets done. I can't go further than that, perhaps. Star, yeah, I get Hellraiser vibes too. Ooh. All right, so we got through that one. Those are cool. I digs. But I want to show you this that I was talking about a little earlier, because this is also quite sweet. And I almost put this in the wrong window. This almost would have shown up with a StreamYard spot. Check this thing out, ladies and gentlemen. This is from Fans Hobby. I thought it was MMM Toys, but no, Fans Hobby, who, tell me if I'm wrong, does Fans Hobby do Transformers? I know Fans Toys does, but I can't remember. I swear I've heard Fans Hobby, but I don't know why I would have heard Fans Hobby. Yep. But have ye sci-fi? The figure reminded me of Attack on Titan, but then I thought about Frank from Hellraiser and the guy Willow killed on Buffy. Man, I haven't seen. Okay. Bad nerd alert. I haven't seen Hellraiser, but you guys know I didn't really grow up being the horror type kid. But I didn't watch any Buffy, like at all. I don't think I ever saw a single episode. I might have seen parts from an episode. I didn't watch Buffy. Bad nerd. I know. Harry, same price as the Vanguard. Yep. So you could start building out all kinds of military vehicles. And they've got this. They're going to go in there. I mean, this is basically, we all know, is pretty much the Off-Striker. It just doesn't have the center cannon. But yeah, they can color this anything they want. We could end up with a tan variant. Hang on, I didn't go through all the pictures on this. I'm wondering if maybe they've had it set up. So now it doesn't look like it. I was going to say if maybe they have things combined. Oh, nice. Wow, all kinds of little things you can do here. Oh, yep, and they've got the big cage up there, kind of like the GI Joe Striker that's coming out shortly. This is one area where I think a lot of companies can go in and jump in at and say, "Hey, man, none of these vehicles. We can come up with whatever designs we want and make them like this kind of green or a desert color, and it'll go with all kinds of military figures." And they're not infringing on anybody's patents or trademarks or anything. They're just like, yep, here we go. So I think if they make something cool enough, these could be sweet. Now, they did pop on, I think, a Wolverine head here and a Black Widow head here. So obviously, I would say those are their figures, maybe. I did see those. Maybe not, though. If you guys know about this, there you go. We've got some lighting. Like, this is just sweet. This is really cool. I guess I did look at some of these shots. Let's go back to, yeah, that's pretty good. That shows quite a bit. All right, what's everybody thinking here? And who's thinking this thing's going to help out with some photos? Because this could help out with some photos. I still would rather get stuff that was a little less real world military. Like, if that vamp ever gets reissued, I'm jumping on that vamp as soon as I see it. I need that vehicle. I don't, however, need to spend $300 to get it. Woo, what is going on, Nolan? Good to see you, man. Thanks for stopping in this fine evening. Kyrus, what's up, sir? Been a bit. Good to see you. All right, Clank, what have we now? Fans Hobby does do Transformers, and they did an interesting Metal Hawk that has armor bits to form his Pretender shell. Nice. That's weird, but I likes it. I wish they could figure out how to do Pretenders that made sense. Like, it seems to me all you'd have to do actually is just create a smaller figure that was scaled to regular Transformers size. And just like, it would basically be a mask size figure and then make the Transformer. I don't know though. Maybe that's not something that's going to sell too well. I totally agree, Kyrus. I think this thing looks good. Woo, what is up, Tommy? Thank you for stopping in, man. I'm not sure I've seen your name before. So, Tommy Tyner, thanks very much for stopping in. We'll chat. We'll have some fun this fine evening. We're kind of doing a catch-all of all the things that make toy photography fantastic right now. Anton, the last of the Time Lords, is here. Good to see you, Anton. Woohoo! We're all having a party now. Thanks for saying hi to everybody. Guys, truly, this is the best chat on the internet. I'm telling you now, these guys are amazing. We're having thunderstorms here in New Jersey. Anton, that is way less amazing. Thunderstorms are bad. I'm wondering if they're the ones that came through here yesterday. We had like sometime, I think it was right around 7 o'clock. We had one come through here that flooded roads and went crazy. It was nuts. So it might be that you're getting that same thing that I had through here in Michigan. But I don't know. I don't check Jersey weather all that often, oddly enough. I don't know why. You know, Awe Striker, cool. Yeah, that is pretty much what we're looking at. All right, Sci-Fi, what have ye? After buying the Sky Eagle from Fans Hobby, they give you extra parts for a classic or classified updated one. That's right. Sci-Fi, was the Sky Eagle the Sky Hawk? Like, the Sky Hawk would be awesome. I would love to grab one of those. Because that is totally a G.I. Joe style vehicle. Same with the Fang. Ironic. These some cool RC military 112 vehicles on Amazon in the $50 to $80 range. I've seen some of those. Those are sweet too. So one of the things that throws me off sometimes when I'm looking at those is that it looks like we can't get a figure in there. But maybe I'm just looking at the wrong ones. Kyrus Toypixx, they showed the Magic Square arm of Bruticus masterpiece size. It's looking great so far. Wow. A masterpiece Bruticus. I know you've talked about it before, but it still blows my mind how crazy this thing could be. Anton, yeah, same here near McGuire Air Force Base. Okay. Thunderstorms ahoy. Hey, everyone who gave me a shout out. What? You hate everyone who gave you a shout out. I'm guessing you didn't type that correctly. Let's see. Is that cover girl driving? I think it's a Black Widow head on somebody's body. I couldn't tell you who that is, though. Sci-Fi. Yep, the Sky Eagle is the Air Hawk. The Sky Hawk. The Sky Hawk, man. Come on. But yes, I will have to look that up and see if the prices aren't ridiculous. That's the kind of vehicle I want for my G.I. Joes. That M60 is going to be dumping shell casings all over the passenger seat. Just messy. You notice, even in these pictures, they didn't put a passenger in there. Like, no, never mind. That's probably a bad idea. Okay, so this another thing, another option that can make toy photography so amazing. Now, this next thing we did talk about last time, but I think it bears repeating just how awesome this is, especially after I picked up the smoke. Wait a sec, did I grab? Oh no, I grabbed the same link. What was I thinking? Was this? Oh, I grabbed the same link because I typed the same link. Well, here, I know what I'm looking for. I copied the same link. Go me. Now, we talked about this, as I said last time in the last live stream, this concrete effect. And ever since, like I was saying, I got that smoke effect, which you guys, if you've been following Toypixx, you have noticed that I've been using that smoke effect ridiculously. I am totally in on this concrete effect. This is the kind of thing, again, that makes this stuff so much fun to do. Now, something that could be done with something like this, and even I could figure out something like this. So just listen, maybe this will help you guys. You could just ball up some masking tape, give it some edges, do some other things, all that, and you could make rocks out of them just doing that. But then you'd have to cover them with something so the masking tape itself wouldn't be all that sticky. But yeah, I've been thinking about what I can do just super quick, super fast, kind of synonyms there, but just so I can set up my stuff and make my figures look way more immersive. One of the first purchases I'm going to make when I finally got the money coming in from helping out with other product photography is one of those monitors for the backgrounds, because it is driving me crazy having the same backgrounds. I love my backgrounds, but it's not, there's not much imagination left with those backgrounds. So the monitor is going to be a blast. I need to figure out how to fill in space in front of the monitor, and we're going to see some stuff that can help out with that. But again, this concrete, that's going to make life very nice when it comes to action figure photography. Now, where was I? Here we go. And check this out. We'll get through this real quick, and then I'll get back to the chat because I know we talked about the concrete before. But look at this. Skew had sent me this as well. The Roman Temple Ruins version D 1/12 scale diorama. Now, I don't know what call we could have to get Roman scale, your Roman ruins and all that. Whenever you've got these pylons like this, you kind of think along the lines of Greek something. I don't know, at least I do. So maybe do a little bit with some Wonder Woman style figures. But again, this is all just stuff that we can get. Like, we can shop to our heart's content, or at least our wallets, until Mr. Stabby comes after us with the cleavers and make these photos into anything. We can make them absolutely amazing. You also can buy these pieces separately. You can buy those pylons separately. You can buy these statues separately. And the prices on those aren't crazy. The prices for all of this, I'll have to look, but I think these statues are like $13 or $14. Yeah, like that. Not a whole lot. That's not much. Let me price here. Yeah. The price for this set is pricey, clearly $294, so $300 plus tax, shipping, all that. But if you have a reason to get this, that might be worth it. I don't know. Like, for me, I would say it's probably not worth it because I don't have enough figures I could use with it. But I can't deny that it's a heck of an option when it comes to photos. And now let's go here, because I want to head back to the chat, see what everybody's talking about. Anton, what have we? I mean, hello to everyone that gave me a shout out. I thought so, Anton. I didn't think you really hated everyone that gave you a shout out. But I couldn't make heads or tails out of that one. And the lights off like it does. The Skyhawk would be really awesome. Ah, Skyhawks are just rad. I need somebody to make a Havoc. Somebody make a Havoc. That's all. Anton, yes, that could be fun for any kind of action figure. Magneto, Avatar, The Last Airbender, The Incredible Hulk, you name it. Yeah, the concrete. Like you could make it look like steel beams going through the concrete or just steel cables, and Magneto's using them to fire at whoever he wants. Magneto would be just a blast with a setup like that. Star, does anyone know how well Figma Figs scale against classified Joes? That Figma Metal Gear Snake reissue coming out later looks interesting to set up against Cobra Figs. Star, I don't know because I don't have any kind of Figma. Hopefully, somebody in the chat can answer. But from what it sounds like, from what I've read, Figma runs pretty small. So I don't know. I don't know that any import company really makes figures that scale well with domestic stuff. Except I can say that Mofex, they're pretty close because of the size creep with Marvel Legends. They're getting a little further off, but they're taller than many of them. So if Mofex ever makes a snake, that's where I think you'd want to go. But let's see what everybody says. Ironic, there's cheap welcome mats that look like asphalt. You can cut them up for chunks of debris. Ooh, really? I'll have to find those. Ironic, thank you. That'd be sweet. All right, Clank, what do you got? What do you got? Figma is usually slightly smaller than other 112 lines, but actual size varies character to character. Yeah, what might have to happen is we wait for a reviewer to put it up there because hopefully they'd scale it with their stuff and see how it sizes out, especially with figures like Balaverse and G.I. Joe. Star, that Greek set looks gothic enough to work for Batman shots in the bad or forgotten part of Gotham. You know, you're not wrong. That's kind of a good idea, Star. That's beyond kind of a good idea. That's a great idea. Ironic scored that cool Matrix Stairs diorama at a flea market. A lot of toy photos use this one. I know what you speak of. That is sweet, man. Congratulations. Spaded, I need Mezco to visit some classic TV shows. Chip, Starsky and Hutch, Magnum PI. I don't think they could do Magnum because I don't think they would do shorts that short. That would expose the joints. I don't think Mezco really likes doing that except for turtles. SciFi, the Gallifreyan must be deleted? The who? I know nothing. Do 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 do. I don't know why I'm doing that either. All right, Star, I wonder how that Greek set would work with Spawn figs, assuming that McFarlane figs can hold together long enough to take the photos. I don't know that if you heat up McFarlane figs, I don't necessarily think they break all that easily. The trick, because of the way that they ratchet their ankle joints, is getting them stand up and balance okay. So I think they'd survive the shoot. You just might have to pick them up a few times from falling over. Pixelated. The space becomes an issue with Dios. We need more makers to give us collapsible walls. I may go with High School Creations. We'll be talking High School Creations a little later as well. Anybody that doesn't know, he's the person that did the Wall XD stuff that's on Big Bad Toy Store. So if you're looking for some brick walls and some turns and a few other accessories, make sure you look up Wall XD pretty much anywhere. I don't know where else sells it, but I do know BBTS has it. So look around, see what you can find. Home Depot also sells river rocks that, that can be used as boulders. River rocks, huh? Those are good calls. That stuff gets heavy after a while. I actually, to make a beach or to make sand type stuff, I bought a big thing of sand, and that gets messy. Don't do that. Get the kinetic sand because the vacuum goes into overload. Anton, this is a bit off subject, but I just looked at all the stuff that they're doing, selling at AMC for all the upcoming movies. A dinosaur popcorn bucket, which obviously that's for the latest Jurassic World or whatever. What's the dinosaur? If it's not a T-Rex or a Triceratops, it's not a real dinosaur, by the way. I'm just saying, those are the only two that have ever been absolutely confirmed by science. That's not true, but they're the coolest. Spaded Star Reveltech announced Metal Gear stuff, and if you really can't wait, the Mafex Berserker is basically three-fourths of a solid Snake figure. You know what? Spaded one's right on. Like you could get that Berserker figure, maybe get a Figma, see if there's any customizers out there that have made a head for Solid Snake, and if not, maybe hope that the Figma goes on sale. Try using that head on the Berserker. Speaking of, I gotta pre-order that Berserker. Dang it, Spaded One. Why you gotta, every time you type, you're making me think I need to spend more money. And Mr. Stabby will not have it. Star, Solid Snake and Snake Eyes together could look pretty awesome. Oh, that's true. That would be a wicked team up. I want to see it now. Anton, does anybody know if there's a comic book that's coming out for Superman when the movie comes out? I don't know. I would imagine usually when the movies come out, they'll have like a, what is it, almost like a prequel comic or a comic from maybe the first draft of the script that maybe fills in some stuff that eventually gets edited out. I don't know, man. That would be cool to know, though. I would assume they're going to, but who knows? I did hear David Zaslav got his salary cut substantially, so he might not be thinking about any kind of cross promoting right now. He might just be thinking, hey, it'd be nice to keep my gig. Sci-Fi Mofex off-grade prototypes for Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne. Oh, yeah. I need to see those. So we know that Mofex has a show coming up end of July. I think it's the same weekend as SDCC. I will be, here's how sick I am. I'll be stoked about what I see at SDCC, but you guys know I loves me my Mofex. I need to see, especially with all the rumors out there right now, I need to see what they're showing at that show. Okay, before I keep going, I want to get out of this and check this out, and I'll show you there's an A and a B on this one. Like, we don't even have to wait for Tamashi to make the effects. We can just go with another company. Look at this. This is MMM Toys, the Overburst Core version A display base. So we've got another base where somebody smashes into it. And this looks like somebody smashing into a volcano. Now, one thing I don't know here is the translucency going on the base. Obviously, we're translucent on these coming up, but this looks like it might be painted a little too much. What I would love to see is to be able to light this up from the bottom so these orange spots look like lava. So it just looks like straight fire. And then you have Superman standing on some of these maybe rock spots or, something along those lines. I think that would be really sweet. And then there's also a B version of this. Hang on. Gotta find. And it's a little more classic, a little more desert rock type. Right here. I mean, it's basically the same thing, it is the same thing, just different paint. So yeah, this stuff I always think is cool. Now, one thing I haven't looked at, okay, we're 5.9 inches long by 4.72 inches wide by 3.34 inches. So there's your height. Yeah, this thing would be pretty sweet. I would like it actually, like, it's almost a figure's going to stand on it. I'd almost like it to be just a little larger at the base for a big old superhero landing pose on it. But I think that looks really cool. And it's crazy that other companies are starting to just make straight up effects. It always seems like Bandai or Tamashi, Tamashi is Bandai. It always seems like they're the ones making the effects, and now others are getting into it. Besides super action stuff, always good stuff from them. But yeah, it's just cool to see all this stuff and trying to decide, okay, where's the money gonna go? What do we need? Star Spaded One. Really? I didn't know about Reveltech having that license. Nice. I do love Reveltechs. Oh, Reveltech with their licenses. Oh dear. Also, Hush Batgirl. That's right. I forgot about the Hush Batgirl. I did see the Kaiju Daddy video where he was talking about what was shown last year that still hasn't been solicited, like the Bosk. Oh, I keep looking at Star Wars stuff from Mofex, guys. Mr. Stabby is angry. Pixelated sci-fi. Can't wait for the Mofex Bruce and Clark. Yep. And the Batgirl and the Raish. Sorry, it's I don't know. I don't know. Here we go, guys. Do you say Raish Al Ghul or do you say Ra's Al Ghul? I know it probably depends on when you jumped into the fandom, but the first time I had heard about that character was Batman the Animated Series. So I've always said Raish, and there's something cooler, I think it sounds cooler to say Raish than Raz, but who knows? I don't know what the original people wanted it to sound like. Spaded Star, yep, I believe they announced 3 different characters. Great, googly moogly. That's as many, many characters. Let's see. Anton, a Court of Owls, that would be cool. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I know McFarlane's working on a Court of Owls, or has released a Court of Owls. That was easy for me to say. A Court of Owls. That would be nice. I would love Mezco Retro Lost in Space figs. Man, I don't know my Retro Lost in Space. I think I can picture what they look like. That would be pretty sweet. But like, I want everybody to get what they want. But man, is it getting tricky to figure out how to triage the old Mr. Stabby. Ghost have search Saint Seiya diorama tutorials. They teach how to use styrofoam to make Greek ruins. Oh, that'd be sweet. The only problem with styrofoam is everything I see for that is make sure you do it in a well-ventilated area outside. And it would have to be a well-ventilated area outside for me because I'm in the basement of a building with no windows. Well, no outdoor windows. So I couldn't even open a window to be like, here's the ventilation. Star. Spaded, outstanding. Thanks for the heads up. You guys keeping each other informed. I think that's a good thing because clearly I don't know. I don't know all the things. What do we got there, Sci-Fi? Today and yesterday, Amazon has 35% off of Todd McFarlane vehicles. Wow. All right, ladies and gents, if you're missing any Toddy Mac vehicles, get on over there. I don't know why I just jumped into there. Get on over there. I'm your Huckleberry. Anton, it's a T-Rex or a Raptor. I'm not really sure. That's okay. Raptors look kind of crazy. Unless they go with what they're thinking raptors used to look like, which is just really huge birds, which is way less cool than just big lizard-looking things. Kyrus, Toypixx. Let's see, Mesozoic beast dinosaurs can go pretty good with your X-Men Savage Land displays. I've seen those. I was watching a Sir Dork video yesterday, and apparently they're selling a giant T-Rex again for Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, whatever Mattel has. And it looked really sweet. So, yeah, I mean, the Hammond collection would be cool. The thing with all those is, or I'm sorry, Beasts of the Mesozoic. The thing with all those is I believe they're 1/18th, so I'd have to pretend they were just younger versions of the dinosaurs. But I could use some trick photography to make it work, too. Still, very cool stuff. Spaded Star. Yep, Snake Eater Figs, Naked Snake, and the Boss, and Ocelot. That's right. I can say Ocelot. I don't know why I know that word, though. So does it really count? Star Spaded One. Yes, excellent elections. Sold. Thank you, brother. Excellent selections. Is there ever an excellent election? All right, Ghost Tab. Joyman just showed some pictures of their Jackie Chan Adventures figures. Need to start saving. Jackie Chan is fun. I don't know enough about what the figure would look like. Let's see, Star, happy to hear good news. It's really early, so you're going to be waiting a while. It seems to be that way for quite a few things. I've got 2 pre-orders right now that are already 2026. Star, I could see the Mofex T800 endoskeleton crouching in the center of that impact crater. Oh, that'd be a good call, too. Oh, That would be a really good call. You know who else? It sounds like a Mafex Chewbacca is going to be made. We've never seen Chewbacca just go nuts, but I bet he could create a crater. Star, spaded one, not a problem, as we all know in this hobby. Waiting comes with the territory. This is true. That's probably what has me most scared to get into Mezco is they don't communicate with their customers at all. And I'd order something, and the first Mezco order I'd have would take like 5 years to come out. SciFi, if you ordered Blowtorch or the Wave, he's in from BBTS. Expect them in the next week. Nice, SciFi. I was looking at him. I'm trying to figure out which classified figures I really want. I like the look of that Blowtorch. So I might want him along with some Valaverse hand packs. Okay. Get through a few more. Depends if you go with the Arabic or Hebrew pronunciations. I use Rish. Got it. I did not know. I mean, it makes sense that those would be the pronunciations or those would be the languages it's based on. I just never would have even thought of that. Thank you, Mr. Manson. All right, Star, what have we? I'm probably done with Mezco, unless they produce Blade Runner 1980 figs. I'd be all over that. Whoa. Blade Runner. That's not the Blade Runner song. I shouldn't sing. Star, Mezco is pretty much my number one choice for any property that isn't a cartoon or a superhero. They load those things down with so much extra cool stuff. And that's something else too. Is I'm sitting here saying I'd pre-order something and it'd take 5 years, but there's plenty of stuff I can find on eBay or BBTS or anywhere else. So I just gotta pull the trigger. Spaded one, agreed. It's when they try putting it in all the LEDs and have it affect the articulation that kills me. They are, however, beautifully made figs. All right, let's jump back in. Let's find what else I've got. Oh, here's something the great Mr. Matson was talking about just a little bit earlier. This is something that, believe it or not, I do think makes toy photography pretty rad. And let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not saying that $70 is cheap. And I almost shouldn't say this on a live stream, but I was expecting Gargantos to be a little more than 70 bucks. But man, I think the fact that Hasbro has gone all in on this Gargantos to make him this cool, on this Shuma Gorath, I think, I hope that's a sign of the times for future figures, which I was going to say future figures going forward, but I think that's redundant. So I'm not going to say that. I'm just going to stick with what I said originally. Anyway, I think that this kind of thing, I think when Hasbro is putting out really good figures, it forces others to jump in and just crush it, which is kind of what we've seen anyway. But with Hasbro going a little nuts, like these two figures right now in this picture, I would argue are probably two of the best figures that Hasbro has made in a long time for Marvel Legends. So I would argue with them stepping it up this much, other companies are going to step it up even more. And that's good for everybody. So yeah, I think this Shumagorath just makes toy photography. Like, look at that. Imagine being shooting the galaxy and being able to just pose them up real quick like that and take that picture. This guy is awesome. We'll leave it here. I'm going to head back to the chat. We'll see what you guys got. Pixelated. The LEDs also make the neck lengths look a bit off. Oh dear. LEDs are bad. Well, LEDs can be good. Paul, what is up, sir? Thanks for stopping in, man. We're kind of doing a catch-all stream this fine evening. We're looking at all the things that are making toy photography awesome. Spaded one, these Tamashii effects are cool, but have you seen the Tamashii wrestling turnbuckle? It comes with folding chairs. I did see that, Spaded one. That thing looks ridiculous. I was kind of wondering if you could put four of them together to create the whole mat or the whole ring. I think they're a little small for that, but I'm not sure. All right. What do you have? Agreed. I don't really need light up features in my 112 figs. Fact. Same here. I do like when they have light up accessories though, like Destro's case. Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly with that. I think that that stuff makes everything way cool. Pixelated, very true. They also limit the head articulation, and when I can't have my predator look up, I think it's time we need to have a long look at ourselves and ask some serious questions. That is true. That is true. Mostly things that have to do with the universe, existence. Why are we here? Why are we here? When I can't even form the words, the jokes die. They fall flat. Okay, here we go. I want to go to this next thing. Like I said, smorgasbord, baby. We're all over the place. This is a Miles Morales fighting armor Spider-Man from Sentinel. Now, I don't have anything from Sentinel. In fact, hang on, let me close this again. 115. Sentinel's kind of pricey, but so is Mofex, so maybe I should jump in. One of the reasons that I think this makes toy photography so cool is look at how we've got a little bit of that metallic shine going on. Anytime you have that kind of glossy metal look, you're going to get some amazing light effects when you hit this thing with it. You just hit it with some hard light, it could be cool. You hit it with some soft light, it can look cool. And Sentinel, by all accounts, does a really good job. So if you guys are into Sentinel, like, look at that pose. That's ridiculous. If you're into Sentinel action figures, that one's pretty good too, then this might be one to pick up. I'm still waiting. I would love for Mofex to make a teen Miles that was in the 616. I feel like I need a Miles Morales. This shot's really cool, like just showing the figure itself. But yeah, I mean, you're going to get so much cool look off of so much cool look. English, Dave. But you're going to get a whole lot of very cool shots out of something like this. If you just light it up, you almost don't even need to light it up nicely. Like you don't need to think about it. You just hit this thing with some lights and you're going to get some awesome shots. Yeah. Good stuff. It's good stuff, I say. But have we started? Spare one. Oh, yeah, that Destro is fantastic. Dang it, people. I know that Destro is fantastic. Pixelated may be a bit late, but the new G.I. Joe comic's pretty good. Volume 1 managed to change up just enough to make it cool and modern. Ooh, I do need to. Everybody talks about the Energon universe. I think I'm going to have to eventually just go in on trades. That monster looks really cool. Yeah, that Shumagorath is rad, Anton. I think they knocked it out of the park with that thing. I'm hoping when the reviews come out that it's as good as it looks. Anyone see the Spanish Little Caesars commercial with the Fantastic Four fighting Gigantor Kaiju from the cover of their first comic? No, I did not see that. But I'm going to have to look for it after I'm done on here. Spaded, I actively hate Spider-Man and Iron Man armor. I mean, I'm not going to disagree. I don't hate it, but yeah, Spider-Man needs to be Spider-Man. I didn't like that he was Tony Jr. a little bit, you know? Okay, but I still think this figure looks insanely good. Now, speaking of insanely good looking figure, we're going to have to throw this in here. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Cyberpunk Edge Runners Buzzmod Lucy 112 scale action figure by Aniplex for $151. Now, I don't know enough. Let's go through these images because I haven't looked enough at these pics to see what I'm thinking when it comes to Lucy. I mean, I know the Jada Lucy looks pretty good. And the Jada Lucy is $30. And I'm wondering how that $30 compares to this. I've heard that Buzzmod is okay. I haven't heard that Buzzmod is amazing. So there's also that. Like, is she I don't know. I mean, I'm not seeing tons of. I wish they would do those shots where you could see all the accessories that the figure comes with. Obviously, we've got some faceplate changes. We've got some hand changes. She's smoking. I mean, she looks good, but I gotta say, I'm more a Jada fan. I'm sorry, Star, I'm about to say it. I'm more of a Jada fan than I am a Cyberpunk Edge Runners fan. So I will get the Jada Lucy eventually. But I don't think I want to shell out for this Buzzmod Lucy. But what's everybody else thinking? I know, Star, you're in, and I totally get it. You loves your Edge Runners, so I don't hold it against you at all. This figure does look amazing. I think you're going to dig it. So let's see what we have. Speaking of, I nearly had all the Mezco GI Joes. Unfortunately, I'm all or nothing. I totally understand that, Star. And Sniff couldn't get Roadblock. He was sold out. I just can't go on without him. So, bye, Joes. Sniff. Oh, I'm sorry, man. If it makes you feel any better, though, well, maybe it won't. Never mind. I was going to say the Roadblock looked pretty small for Roadblock compared to the rest of the figures. So, if you were going to miss one, that might be the way. Oh, boy, here we go. Oh, yeah. I figured Star would be stoked. Spaded Star Roblox is up on BBTS right now for 102. Oh, there you go. This is the way, Star. Go, go, go. See? Spaded one helps us all. Anton, yeah, I saw that. That was cool. Yeah, she's pretty awesome. I do have to give it to him. Wow, I should have brought a jacket tonight. Getting kind of cold in here. No, but it's pretty awesome. How many Mezco Joes did they make? 6? What did they? So there were 2 Snake Eyes, 1 Storm Shadow, Firefly Roadblock, Destro. I'm missing. Oh, what's that one guy? The guy, Buzzcut guy, Poster Boy, that guy. Yeah, I think maybe it was 6. Can't remember his name. Think he wore a yellow shirt in the cartoon. Star Spaded one, yeah, but I already let the others go. Oh no. Spaded. Let's see. 7. There's 2 Snake Eyes. Ooh, what did I miss? I must have missed one. I hate when that happens. Pixelated. That's a cool looking Lucy. Oh yeah. Why do you guys go with the 4-letter word, Star? But yes, that's who it was. I still want to get that Mezco 4-letter word guy. I will never let the Duke jokes die. Got to be honest, Poster Boy is a great name for a new Joe. Poster Boy is a great name for a Joe that was produced in limited quantities in 1983 and released to the full public in 1984. Although that would be kind of funny, like Poster Boy along with Cover Girl. That would be a good team up. That's a 2-pack that they should put. Yeah, that they should put out. All right, there we go. We've got Lucy. We have shown her she is something. Now, here's something. A couple things here that I saw. Now they're flat. There's no dimension to them, but I think they might do a little something if we can add to them. And I'll show you what they are. They're these mats called Terraform Terrain, or this one, Terraform Terrain. I think they are absolutely, I mean, just the fact that they're called a plain mat makes me think they're mats makes me think they're flat instead of any dimension. But what has me curious about them is putting them on the ground, trying to add some things to the top of them, maybe to make them stand up a little bit, maybe even put something underneath them. Maybe, yeah, that's pricey, but maybe you could cut them and use them as covers for something that you could use to create some actual terrain looking stuff. But what had me excited about them, because normally I would see a mat like this and say, oh, flat mat, I don't know. But the size is 44 by 60 inches. That's like 60 inches is 5 feet, ladies and gentlemen. That's a good size mat. That could be something that we could find a way to use on our photos. So another reason that, you know, now is a good time for toy photography. What I still want somebody to start making, and I would love it, I might have to be the one, is the bottom of dios. So the backgrounds I make, right? Set those up, but then say it's a desert one, I want to make a little floor dio that's a desert thing so that it would work perfectly against a desert backdrop, that kind of deal. I need people to start making those things. That's what needs to happen. Because right now, the best we really have is, like, say, well, we know the Musk is coming out. I know that High School Creations with their Wall XD, they stuck a sidewalk and a little bit of street out. So we've got some ground on those. But imagine somebody doing like a 3 foot wide dio of just ground that your figures could stand on. That would be amazing. And I think you could do okay. I mean, you'd really only sell to toy photographer nerds like me, but I think you would do okay if you did just really generic ones, like a little bit of a jungle or like a jungle groundscape, maybe desert ground, that kind of thing, maybe some beat up street scene. I know some people do stuff like that. That's what I want to see. But these play mats are probably a decent start, especially if you're taking a picture from a 3/4 view. If you take it from right in front of the figure, obviously this isn't going to make any kind of difference. Oh, but have we? That just looks like. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, maybe it is. It's probably the right size for a bath mat. Star, those are miniature gaming mats, aren't they? They are, Star. They are. But like I said, what had me excited is how big they are. Oh my gosh. What have we displayed, Van? Kyrus, I have that one. It's great. Awesome generic military accessories. I do like generic military accessories. Pixelated, that size should work for 172 or 112 vehicles. Wow, that was way off. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. You could put a lot of stuff on a 5 foot wide mat. And there's another one that I'll show you here in just a minute. Put a grid over it, hang it on the wall of a tech room with screen borders around it. Put several Joes in front of it, and now they're studying, let's see, recon photos. See, that's a good idea too. But man, oh, sorry guys. That would be a huge one for the Joes. You'd really have to set that up in the background and really bring them up to the foreground. That would be a cool idea though. Like, it can be done. There are similar items in craft stores as well. Someone also recommended using aquarium decorations to add some variation. Yep, we've looked at some aquarium and terrarium decorations as well. Some of those are really cool and they would work perfectly. I know around me there's a Meijer, there's Walmart, there's Target. They have, well, does Target? I know Meijer and Walmart have that kind of stuff around me. I'm not sure Target does so much, but they might. They might. And then, of course, any pet store you've got in your area, it would work for as well to find some stuff that you could kind of decorate this kind of map with. Anton, everybody have a good night. You too, Anton. Thanks for stopping in, man. Always good to see you. Oh, we have Kyrus. Oh, Toypixx, did you see the Jazzwares 112 Batmobile and Batwing? No, I did not. Jazzwares 112 Batmobile? What? I need to see this now. Huh. No, I totally blanked. I totally missed that. Okay. So yeah, I might go looking. We're gonna try and get through. Oh boy, I have quite a bit on this list still. So we're going to try and fly a little more. I don't want to cut too much time from each of these individual things, but there are a couple things I'm looking at that I'm not sure really much explanation, such as this. It's just a totally different playmat with some green terrain. This one has more of that forest look to it. So any kind of green vehicles you have could go with that. Any of your Joes or Action Force figures with a little bit of green camo, you can throw them on there, set up some trees. The tree that I use in my photos, I did end up getting from a pet store. So look for trees in pet stores, look for a lot of the bush, like you can make things look like bushes, like overgrown stuff. I know if you want a good look at some of this, find some D-Amazing videos because he uses a lot of aquarium and terrarium stuff in his shots or in his videos and his shots. So you might be able to find some there. This stuff's pretty good. Okay, we're going to go with, the next two probably don't need too much explanation, but more things that just make photography awesome are just these different background type things. Zhang Kui, I don't know how to say that, but this is a statue that I don't know that it's even meant for this. And in fact, you probably don't need to get this because I'm looking at the price now. At first, I saw it and I'm like, that's really cool. We could use this for figure stuff. But for $837.99, we're just going to pass Zhang Kui. And yeah, we're just going to get out of there. I'm going to pretend that that wasn't on the list. And now I'm a little nervous about this next thing. Hang on. Let's see what we've got. This one is still way too expensive. It's rad though, so yay rad, but 460 bucks. We're just gonna see, we bypass those two pretty easily. Now we have another figure I want to look at because there is a reason to look at this one. This figure, I don't know anything about Persona or basically anything about this figure except she's made by Whya Toys. So Whya might be getting into more stuff than just the more realistic looking things. So I thought it was interesting to bring her to everybody's attention because so far people really dig the Whya 112 scale and she is 112 scale. So if you're into whatever this is, and maybe you don't have a Whya figure yet, this might be a gateway to see what you think. Because I still don't have a Whya figure. I haven't found the perfect gateway for me just yet. But we've got the extra head, we've got extra hands, we've got accessories, and for being an import, her price isn't insane, $53.99. So it might be something to consider. She does have a stand. So there's all that. But the reason I wanted to call her to your attention is because of Whya Toys. Whya's going, it looks like they're going a little outside of their basic, more real world looking figures. And I thought that was worthy of discussion. Now I'm gonna go to something here. Clankatron, you and I should be stoked about this perhaps. But this is another thing that makes a lot of this stuff exciting. And that is DNA Designs upgrade kits for their Transformers. This is an upgrade kit for Bone Crusher and Scrapper, the Constructicons, coming out in Studio Series this year. I'm still waiting for mine. I ordered from BBTS, but they did say the pre-order should be shipping soon. But they make it so that your figures look a little better. There's some that I'm not so sure about, but this one I think is pretty good. All they really did here was they made Bone Crusher's feet bigger, and it made a ton of difference. Look at that. Look at the difference there. Like just bigger feet, and it looks way cooler, I think. But companies like DNA Design genuinely, I think, do a great service for the community, for the hobby, for the photos, because if anything that makes a figure look cooler is going to make your photos look better. Like look at that. Look at those feet compared to those feet. And generally, I like to keep anything I get stock, so to speak. I don't think I can keep this stock. I think those feet need to happen. And I think there's fill in pieces and all that too. But the feet are what had me really stoked about this one. And of course, that's kind of cool as well. If anybody, all of you, first off, if you haven't seen the Transformers 1986 movie, I don't care. Turn this off, go find it. It's on YouTube. It's rad. The rest of us that have seen it, we know this scene. So there's that, and yeah, I'm really excited about the Constructicons, but that could just be me. Now let's jump in and see what the people are saying. Spaded one, what have ye? Are these things bendy or hard, textured or just printed? They look like they're just mats, like you roll them up. So my assumption would be printed because they come with like a carrying case, and the way to put them in the carrying case is just to roll them up. Kairos Toypixx, I meant Jazz Inc., Batwing, and Batmobile. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, we're gonna try and find that because I'm thinking 89 Batman, yeah, 89 Batmobile. Those mats could work if you're shooting photos down on top of aerial vehicles, dogfighting, or going on bombing runs. That's true, Star. And if you really focus in, like make sure that the focus is totally on the vehicles, then you don't even have to have them very high above the mat. You could just make sure the mat's good and blurry below them. Good call. Ah, must push the buttons. Japanese Thelma? I don't know, but you know what? She does have the Velma look to her a little bit, doesn't she? Oh dear. Pixelated. If that scales well enough with Mofex, she'd be a good Barbara Gordon. Oh, I didn't even catch that. All right, anybody that's got a whya figure, how do those scale with Mofex if you have any of those? Help us out. Tell us the things. whya is an awesome company, great quality at a great price. You definitely get your money's worth with those guys. Star. I like to hear that, man. I think that looks good. I think she looks amazing, but I think the whya figures, it's one of those lines I got to test at some point. Clank, I was looking at that one. Bone Crusher could use the upgrade, but Scrapper didn't really need anything. I probably won't use the feet either. The horns are good though. That's what I need. See, I'm thinking the horns and the feet. And I mean, since it comes with the other stuff, why not use it? But I am curious. I might get this. I'm also thinking about the Optimus Prime set, but I would only really use the head. So that's why I'm thinking about it and haven't pulled the trigger. Pixelated, the horns are a nice touch. Yeah, I think so too. I thought that was pretty funny. Star, they're neoprene, durable. Ah, okay. Thank you, Star. I should have stayed on them long enough to read a little more. Clank, I'm excited for Scrapper too. He's sitting in my BBTS pile of loot with the aerial bots waiting for Bone Crusher. Oh man, so Bone Crusher is what I must be waiting on. Ah, I'm not sure. I just, like I said, I got the notice for all of them. Like I've got the notice for all four that are up for pre-order right now. Star, isn't Thelma or Velma? Bad Scooby nerd here. That's okay, Star. It was Velma with a V. But I knew as soon as I saw Thelma, I knew that's what you were talking about. So you're good. But yeah, I think I thought that was pretty cool. I think companies that make stuff like this are doing a great service for photography. Just stoked about them. Now, I wanted to show this one just because it looks like so much fun. I love this figure, like the look of this figure, the look of the character just overall. And like I say, man, people say Sentinel is incredible. I love the look of this Spider Punk. So if I were getting any of these figures that were from Across the Spider-Verse or Into the Spider-Verse, whichever, then I would probably go with a Sentinel set. But you know me, when it comes to Marvel, I just get 616 stuff. But man, like, look at that post. Somebody's about to be hurt. Maybe that guitar. But yeah, I just love, I think Sentinel is one of those companies that's great for photography. I just don't have any to test it out for sure. Their only limitation is the fact that they put out figures, or so few that I guess I'd really want to add to my collection. But look at the head for Hobie there. They did a great job on this figure. Yeah, tough to beat. Tough to beat. And of course, Sentinel packs it in when it comes to the accessories as well. This stuff just looks good. I'm impressed. What can I say? It looks awesome to me. And like I said, good for photography. Kyrus, what have ye? Toypixx, I just got the CT Gambit. I can't tell the differences from the Mopex. It's really good. Kyrus, that's awesome. Somebody in the last stream was asking, I think it was Harry, was asking about the wire quality for the coats when it came to the Gambit versus the CT Toys, well, Gambit. So what do you think? Have you noticed? You said you haven't really seen any differences when it comes to the wires. Can you tell if there's a difference, or do they feel like the same thickness? Does the coat do as well with both of them? I'm curious about that since Harry asked. SciFi, after seeing how Jada did Dalsum and Cyberpunk figures, I'd love to see them tackle Inspector Gadget. Oh, da, 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 da. That's another one that they'd have to make the car too. They'd have to do Penny, they'd have to do Brain, they'd have to do the car. They're Dr. Claw. Oh, that would be the most expensive arm ever. Yes, Toypixx, that Sentinel Spider Punk is a must-have for me. Yeah, it looks amazing. Okay, because Spider-Man. Oh boy. Okay, let's jump into here. This is a company, or this is a line that I look at and I think, man, the stuff they put together is incredible. We can get it all cheaper from other places, but this is a little armory. What do we got? M1919A4 heavy machine gun. And when I see this, obviously I'm thinking Roadblock. It's awesome stuff. But Little Armory, the problem with them is I feel weird if I ever pick up one of those figures. Like I've talked about Grisa, I've talked about what is it? Oh, the bunny girl Eileen, and I've talked about Milk Tea Girl. Just because those are so ridiculous, so over the top figures, you almost have to have them just because they're funny. These are kids in schoolgirl outfits. I would feel messed up about putting those on my shelves, but I love the weapons that they make for this line. Another thing, like the way you can tear them apart, the dio opportunities, the photo opportunities are insane for something like this. Just having all the parts laying on a table with a figure putting them together, it would be awesome. My only reservation is I think these are kind of small compared to most of the weapons we get for most 112 lines that we get. I'm saying we get a lot. But yeah, I did want to draw attention to this because if anybody wants something they can pull apart and make look awesome for photos, this might be that thing for 29 bucks. Now, I say 29 bucks, but excludes tariff surcharge. So we don't know what we're going to get with that. If the tariffs stay around 10%, it shouldn't jump the price up too much, but we'll see what happens. Now I'm going to get in here. I wanted to show, okay, we're in a spot now where we're going to get out of BBTS. I think we're going to do okay, guys. I think we can probably go till, I don't know, somewhere in the neighborhood of 8:45 to 9 o'clock with this stuff. But this is something that I just saw come across my newsfeed. And it's another thing, another company doing another line of figures on Kickstarter that looks really cool. The only thing that might prevent it from getting funded is the fact that it's realistic military, and we kind of have a realistic military line already out there. So, I mean, it's sort of realistic. It's called Patriot Force. Right now, they're looking for what's that? $96,000 goal. They're 15 days to go, and they're at $29,788. So, if you want to jump in on this, like I said, the only thing I think that can hold it back, unless people really dig it, is the fact that Action Force already exists and is kind of a regular military line. I haven't read the story, but I did look at a lot of these pictures. It looks like we've got pretty sweet articulation. The figures look pretty good, the renders anyway. That's one thing. I wish that we had like painted prototypes, that somebody would just do a 3D print of whatever the renders look like, just so we could get a better look at the figure. But they do have a very real world aesthetic, and I kind of like that. See, call sign Blade. Woo! You know he's hardcore. But I've always liked the desert camo look for these things for any kind of action figure. I think it looks good. But yeah, I mean, this is another one of those realistic military lines. Here we go. That doesn't look so much like a render. And it's the only thing I can think of that kind of holds it back is the fact that there's already a realistic line out there. But that doesn't mean that if you want this, you shouldn't back this. This looks really good. War fighters. Like, I'm not sure. I don't get into the realistic stuff enough to make it so I would probably go after this, but I want it to fund. I want people to get in there and make their dreams happen. So yeah, that's Patriot Force, ladies and gents. Whoa, beat up there. Anyway, I don't know what else to say about this one. It looks good. They look like good, realistic army figures. And if you want them, you got 15 days to back them. So game on if you're a fan. Now, let's get back to the chat, see what we've got. Star, I guess Mofex is really pushing the Batman Hush line. I saw a bit of several new Hush figs coming soon. Bruce Wayne, Clark Kent, etc. Yeah, that was, if anybody's not, basically, if you guys love Mofex and you're not yet following or subscribed to Kaiju Daddy, make sure you subscribe to his channel. He gets a lot of great information. That's probably the video you saw, Star. They've got Raish, they've got Batgirl, they've got Clark, they've got Bruce, they've got a beat up Batman. I can't remember what else they showed from Hush, but there were like 5 or 6 that they've announced or they've shown renders for that they have not yet gone out and put up for pre-order. So yeah, definitely look out for those. But yeah, Mofex, there's a reason I love that line so much. And that Hush is probably my favorite subgroup of action figures to this day. Star, those parts are actually pretty accurate to the breakdown of the real thing. Nice. Ah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like the little armory stuff looks really good. It's just the figures themselves kind of would make me feel like a creeper. Do you ever worry that some of the accessories you buy are great for only one photo you have in mind? I absolutely worry about that. So what I try to do is with a lot of photos, I look at them and I'm just going, can I shoehorn this in? But, sometimes you can't. The smoke effect is amazing. If you haven't gotten that yet, go find that. That's awesome because that thing can go into most any picture. But yeah, there are those that you pick up and you're going, oh my God, this picture that's in my brain would be so much fun and it's necessary and I need to use this piece to make it happen. And then that piece just sits there. Yeah, absolutely. It's bad juju. There's a set of stuff that I bought that I only use when I set up a Joker's lair. Like that's it. There's no other reason to use it. I actually bought Funko. It's the only Funko I own, but it's a white Batman Funko that looks like the Joker hit it with a paintbrush. So it has like the red lips and a bunch of green on it and everything. Says ha ha ha. It's funny, and I thought I can use this in the Dio. But the only time it's ever used, like I said, is when there's a Joker shot because there's no other reason to use it. Clank Little Armory also has modern realistic soldiers. Oh, I didn't know that, Clank. Like truly, whenever I get on there, those are the Little Armory figures that show up. But that's kind of cool. I had no idea. That looks interesting. Oh yeah, man. Toypixx, the Mofex jacket looks 5% better. The wires are the same sturdiness. Awesome. Thanks for that, Kairos. I wore magnifiers to really see the difference. Oh, wow. So yeah, it sounds like it's a pretty good CT Toys representation. That's the guy. Uh-oh. Robin. Oh, that's right, Star. Robin went up for pre-order though. I was thinking of the other guys. Yeah, Kaiju Daddy for sure. Make sure you follow him if you don't yet. Pixelated, at the rate figures are being pushed back, we won't get Robin until next year. That's probably true, but my wallet will thank me because right now, the only figure I have on pre order is Rogue, the only Mofex figure. But I need to put Jubilee on pre order and I need to put Robin on pre order. And how July goes, I need to get at least one Stormtrooper. So I got to get to work, man. But you're right. You're right. I hope that they catch back up. I know at one point, Kaiju Daddy had said that Medicom shares a factory with a larger company. So sometimes, if that larger company comes in and needs something printed or done quickly, then Medicom gets kind of put on the back burner. I don't know if that's still the case. And this was probably a year or two that I heard that from him. So maybe, maybe not. I'm not sure. But I'm hoping that they start catching back up. Ouch, yep. You're not wrong, Steve. I just thought how that Greek set would work well with Aquaman figs and underwater shots. Oh, that's a good call, Star. Oh, man, that would work really well. Fortunately, Mafex has yet to make an Aquaman, but oh, you know what I keep forgetting about is yeah, Atlantis. That would be sweet. I want a Mafex, like my number one wants is a Mafex Wonder Woman. But I keep forgetting Mattel's going to get the DC license. And if they do 112 scale, suddenly the whole DC universe is opened up to us again. Oh man, maybe I would get an Aquaman finally. Oh dear. Sorry, maybe Lord of the Rings figs could work with that Greek set. Oh yeah. There's a lot that could work. And I was not thinking at all when I was checking them out. All right, Mofex is doing Wonder Woman. They are, but they're doing the movie version. I want the comic version. I want like a Jim Lee or a John Byrne. I want one of those, a George Perez. Give me any of that. Actually, I said John Byrne. Did John Byrne ever do Wonder Woman? Did he ever draw her, ladies and gents? Help me out. I should know these things. I don't. I know Perez did. Now, something that we featured here before, but I want to show it again because this is where a lot of people are getting a lot of really cool shots by using this person's stuff. We have toy blocks. Now, there's all kinds of stuff. I'm looking on Toy Blocks Etsy store, which is etsy.com/shop/Toy Blocks store. So it might be something for you to check out. Look at all the stuff that this person makes. Stuff that just makes everything look so cool. Like I keep looking at stuff like this for big scenery. And I just think, wow. Like imagine what you could do with some LEDs, shine some light from the bottom, get a couple different dio setups, put this in the background, You just add so much dimension to your photos with stuff like this. Now, $575, you got to really be into it. But at the same time, this stuff is just so good. And I just realized I clicked on that and it made it. Hang on, let me do this real quick because it wasn't letting me, it didn't stay in the same window. So I want to make sure I put it where it needs to go. What do we have? What do we have? Is this the one? This is the one. Here we go. Like the dimension that you can get using something along these lines. You could even, it's possible. So you could take the Dio that Ramen Toys is making. By the way, I didn't put Ramen Toys on here. Ladies and gentlemen, who's doing more right now for toy photography than Ramen Toys? They're killing it with everything, vehicles galore. The Musk is coming out. I am so excited for that. You have no idea. So, yeah, Ramen Toys is crushing it. Like, I'm looking at this right now thinking, Ramen comes out with their stuff. You maybe set that up, set this up in the background of that. There's just all kinds of possibilities with all these things. I want to see, yeah, there we go. Man, let's see if I can get a bigger. Well, it's bigger, but yeah, that doesn't really do much justice the way that it stretched out that photo. But yeah, it looks like it's an awfully good size for an awfully good stuff for all the things. Look at that. Yeah, keep stretching it out. That's too bad. But yeah, all kinds of cool stuff you can do with these things. This is the kind of setup I want, so I can just take all kinds of city shots. You set up a monitor with a moon in the background, maybe some cloudy sky, and then throw these things on there. The dimension will be ridiculous. It's one of the hard parts about not having a large space for photos, which I do. I am lucky enough to have a large space for photos now, but I don't have this stuff so I can utilize that large space. So this is what's necessary. Toy Blocks is doing a tremendous service to this whole action figure toy photography community. Pixelated, what have ye? What say ye? I thought Mofex had an Aquaman on the way with his hair up so that it looks like he's underwater. I don't know. I don't pay enough attention to the Zack Snyder type stuff. I know that they haven't done anything Aquaman related when it comes to comic looks, but I know he's got. I mean, they say that the Aquaman, or Kaiju Daddy anyway, had said that the Aquaman figures are pretty good. But like I say, I don't remember seeing if there was that, if they had like the floating hair kind of look. All right, only pre-order I have right now is Mofex Kane. Thinking about pre-ordering that Mezco Doc Savage from a local shop before that window closes. Oh yeah, that Doc Savage. I like the old school look of him, which I guess makes sense because it's Doc Savage. But he's not something that I would go crazy for. Still, he does look good. Byrne must have drawn her, maybe during his Superman run. Maybe I see that's I have to think he would have. Like his Superman run is legendary. I'd love a Superman that was I'd love a Mofex Byrne Superman too. So hopefully, I mean, I'm gonna have to look now. I've been so close to buying that X-Men Cerebro many, many times. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. And you can use that with the comics as well, like comic figures as well as movie figures too. Awesome. That works for Cyberpunk, Daredevil, Batman, Spawn, Scooby Doo, endless possibilities. And that's the thing, Star, that probably justifies the price when it comes to me is that I can use this for everything, with the exception of like Star Wars, Mythic Legions. Although I could put any of them in the past or the future, maybe. Mofex has Black Manta coming. Love that guy. So cool looking. That's true. That Black Manta head looks awesome on that thing. And maybe their Black Manta will be able to be used as a comic figure. I know I'm the only one with that hang up, but you know, it's how I roll. Spaded one. I'm just a big fan of those old school pulp characters. Conan, Shadow, Dick Tracy, etc. Dude, that's awesome. I'm glad that you've got stuff that you dig, because that's just fun, man. I love there's so much of this stuff, so much cool stuff to inspire the photography as well. There could be people that have never picked up their smartphone to take a picture, but they get the right figure and they're just like, man, I gotta do something with this. And they bust it out and take the picture. Ah, that's good times. All right, so let's get out of toy blocks here. I know, now you see me. Hey everybody. And I'm gonna get here. Here we go, ladies and gents. This is another gentleman that works on this stuff. You'll know this one as well. This would be the Etsy shop for High School Creations. And High School Creations, as we all know, does really cool stuff. He's the one behind the Wall XD. Hang on, let me make sure I've called this up, but now, yeah, I got to present. Hey, sorry guys. Here I am getting cocky about how I'm doing this stuff. He's the one that did Wall XD, and he has an Etsy store. So make sure and check out his stuff. See if you dig any of it. Go get some if you do. I would love to get buildings like this. I have a building that he did that's more the old pink foam style. This looks amazing. And I would totally, I totally want something like this that I could also use with toy block stuff. I think that would look great. And we've got this little lantern there, this little street lamp, which would be awesome. Like there's just so much stuff. These are more of those things like you were talking about, guys, that you can use for anything, like what Star was saying. I'm going to click this and then I'll share this screen real quick because this looks awesome. Oh my gosh, stop screen, fine. Okay, StreamYard, I get it. I get it. You want me to follow the rules. Follow the rules. All right. But yeah, check this out too. Like Toy Blocks and High School Creations are making a lot of things that are very city specific that we can use for all kinds of shots. And I digs it. I digs it a whole lot. But I wanted to be sure to highlight those two guys, as well as another dio maker. Hang on, I'm going to get out of there. We're going to go here. I'm going to click the button. No, you push the button. I pushed the button. What was that Tiny Toons duck's name? Plucky Duck, right? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you, as soon as I hit the present button, Vasco Toys, who also does ridiculously cool stuff. Now, what they've got, they do custom dioramas. Now, I don't know about High School Creations doing that. I don't know about Toy Blocks. My guess is they make stuff to just sell, and their stuff's awesome, so it's okay. These guys do some custom work. Like you've got this big old huge boulder that would go behind, say, a Dragon Ball figure. That would be pretty cool. They've also got props. They've got 3D models. And I did look at this before. All kinds of stuff. They have some really sweet backdrops as well that you can use. So let me go to the shop real quick here. Again, another company making so many cool things for action figure photography. City Rooftop. Yep. You got all those things. Another IKEA DTOF type deal. You've got all these backdrops, things that are ready to sell. But I will say, if you want to get a hold of these guys, I've seen them do good work. Nerdzoic actually had a store made by Vasco Toys. And that was something, I can't remember who featured it on their channel. It was probably both of them, to be honest. But look up the store. Like they made a little Nerdzoic store, or he did. I believe it's a team of one. So look that up. Find that video. It's pretty sweet stuff. Air ducts. You can have figures sneaking through that. We've got the black katana rack. So all kinds of stuff, garage door, 3D model. Like you could do a garage door and paint that up. However, it would look really good. Gold bar stack. There's just a lot of cool stuff that gets made here. Hang on, I'm clicking buttons. There you go. I really like the city skyline. Hold on, let's see here. There we go. Wonder if I can get a better look. Oh, that's it. Oh, wait, we can zoom in a little because I know that it looks kind of cartoony, looks kind of basic, but that's all you need if you're shooting a picture. You just put that in the background and you make sure you blur it up and you're good to go. Like, I think this looks really nice. And if we do this, you can kind of see how it works with photos. That's actually just a fun photo right there. Ah, what have I done? There we go. But yeah, like especially with comic book characters, that's going to look really good. And as you can see, it's not crazy pricey. It's $60. So these guys, or Vasco himself, doing very cool work right now. You can see a lot of the backdrops or things he's got going on. This is more of the IKEA style. So anybody with a DTOLF can bust this out. But it's basically, it's the same kind of thing. And we'll go to the last page of product. And there you go. Oh, I didn't know about that. He's got files for 3D printing. If you guys want to do any of that, I know he did the 3D model and all that, but I didn't know he had this Mando season 2 finale hallway. I think we all know what that season 2 finale was. That would be Luke crushing some Dark Troopers. So if you have a 3D printer, pick this up. You can probably print several of these and make your own hallway, and it would be pretty sweet. But these are just a sampling of some of the people that are making this hobby just an absolute blast. Like the photography options are indeed endless. Now, let me go back. I just did that. Didn't mean to do that necessarily. I want to bust out one. Let's see, what do we have here? 1, 2, 3. I have 4 more links that we want to check out, or that I think we should check out. So first, again, this is somebody that is running his company in a way that I hope, like the product releases, the way he's releasing products. If I were running a toy company, I would want to release stuff this way. I would want to follow this model. And that is, give me just a sec, the old Valaverse here. Bobby Vala is running this and creating stuff the way that I would like to think I would do it. But what he did was he built a rabid fan base, which is what you need if you're going to get away with getting things like hand packs, with doing a lot of weapons packs and all that stuff, especially for the price that Bobby charges. So I think that this is one company that's doing a tremendous service to action figure collectors everywhere, and definitely when we're talking about any kind of photography, like he's starting to get a little less real world, which I like personally, but he's also building a universe and all these things. The hand packs, I think, are probably what have me most stoked. These head packs are really good. You get these figures, you get new heads from them or for them. I just think what he's doing is pretty phenomenal. I think that what he has put together is just insanely cool stuff. Like who else is just selling weapons packs here or like muzzle flashes? That's ridiculously cool. So yeah, I wanted to bring him up as far as a company that just absolutely is delivering when it comes to toy photography, when it comes to just the action figure world in general. I think at least for my tastes, I think the man's doing it right. Now let's go back. I want to talk to the chat here real quick. Let's get a few more in because I've talked about a few things. Well, the chat's still been going. What's up, Spaded? False advertising. This man is obviously not a high school student. Oh boy. Oh dear. Ah, must push buttons. Wow. Yep. It's all good stuff, man. It's all good stuff. Clank, thanks for reminding me about Little Armory. I forgot how much they have. Not just weapons, but cases, workbenches, gun racks, bags, cases, spare hands, tools, and more. I gotta pick some of these up. Hey, no problem, man. I'll help everybody spend their money. I kid, I kid. That is not necessarily the goal, but hey, if it keeps the hobby alive, go get some Little Armory, man. I do think the stuff that they put out looks really cool. That stuff is just screaming for a Daredevil Punisher showdown. I know. It's all so good, Star. All of it. Everything these customizers are making, ugh. It's almost unfair how good they are. Toypixx, I used to make high detail dios out of pink foam. Nice. Kyrus, why did you stop? Was it not worth the time? Because I know a lot of people, I know a lot of these things take a ton of time to put together. Spaded Vasco has a super helpful YouTube channel too. He literally walks you through making all this stuff. Nice. I've seen his channel might be where I saw the Nerdzoic shop. But yeah, he does awesome stuff. Pixelated, that's pretty sweet. Having a backing large enough for multiple levels of depth. Yep. Yeah, I like how he did that. I thought the design on those city things was really cool. Toypixx, did you see the Chaos National Defender Superman Dark Knight version? It's amazing. I think I did, Kyrus. I've heard people say it's the best Superman ever, if it's the one that I'm thinking of. I might need to see stuff. Looks more like pieces of G.I. Joe / Cobra bunker enter exit scenery. Ah, perhaps. Perhaps. Okay. So now let's go back. There's a little more to go here. This one probably needs no introduction. And after this one, there's just a couple more things. But I do want to throw it up here just for those that might not know it exists. Something else that's being done so that we can all make our photos way cool. This is a seller on eBay named GPS Lot. Now, there's a lot of customizers out there and they do killer work. So I'm only highlighting him over the others because I knew where to find him right away. I know Rebel 10 Customs is often cited as somebody who does incredible cloth goods. But the one thing about GPS Lot, he sells a lot of different things. So this is somebody that if you're in the market for any of this stuff, for any of your figures, for any reason, it's not generally crazy pricey. You can get in here, pick up what you need, and get to work. Get to work making things that are super cool. Here's a Jedi robe for 20 bucks. Wired coat, they call it. No, you know what? That might actually be a wired coat. There were Jedi robes at one point, though. We've got this. That might be, is that Kane? Like a Kane cape? Oh, the Wolverine X-Men coat. But yeah, I wanted to make sure I pointed him out. Right now, I'm seeing mostly cloth stuff. There we go. He also kind of resells some other things that we noticed from other places. I got a cigarette and lighter pack from him way back when. Look at that, a Storm set. That's rad. That's because Storm's rad, but still, if we keep going, yeah, there's all kinds of stuff here that you can find that you can decide you need or not. And it's not crazy pricey. There's the Jedi robe. Okay, $19.99. I feel better about myself. But yeah, I wanted to make sure that I highlighted GPS Lot and other creators like him. Look for 1/12 scale capes, look for 1/12 scale accessories, cloth goods, whatever you need to look for. Find some of these creators because they make stuff that just makes this hobby a blast. Whether you're just somebody that collects figures and puts them on your shelf, or you're somebody that's taking pictures like many of us here, then you probably want some of this. It's just good quality stuff. Dodgers, well, until I saw the Dodgers, then I'm not sure it's good quality stuff anymore. Hey, that's not even a real burn. I haven't been watching the Tigers, so I have no horse in this fight. Ooh, I haven't seen the dirtied up shoes. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I wanted to bring up GPS lot. Let's see what you guys are saying here, real quick. What do we have, Star? Uh-oh, Blade Runner coat. Now I gotta have it for my Edge Runners. There you go, man. You're welcome for introducing you to GPS lot. Go find, go find. And now we have just two more things to look at. We'll get through these and be done. Although I might look up those Jazz Ink things that Kyrus was talking about. So maybe we're just about done. I mean, we are just about done either way. Oh no. Okay, hold on. What did I call that? What was my search? Amazon, you're killing me. Okay, so you know when we've got things where, say, a figure's looking at a computer monitor or something like that, and we need a light emitting from it, but a lot of the lights we have are just too big? Check this thing out. Look at the size of these lights. I think Harry had brought these to our attention last time. But these are tiny little lights you can put all over the place. Use them to light up a few extra things, like things that might need just a touch more light. Hide them all around your setup. It's cool. I mean, I think the size of these is really, I think it's kind of perfect for figure photography actually. And these are $13.99 currently. I can't really say what price all the time because Amazon's prices are constantly changing. But these are things that I think can help us all, something I need to pick up as well. So I wanted to highlight those. And then I also wanted to bring up this. And this is something I didn't know existed until I saw The Amazing show one off. But they're basically tiny light bars that you can use for your figures. So instead of having a huge LED and all that stuff, these are light bars that are fairly tall. I don't know, 4 or 5 inches, not crazy tall, but they would work really well depending on what you wanted to light up with your figures. I didn't look at the size here of these. Let me see here. Measuring, okay, 4.3 inches in length. So that would be a really good size for lighting up your figures. So I wanted to bring that up to everybody's attention as well. These lights aren't crazy pricey. We're looking at $23.99. So we could all experiment with stuff a little more like this. And that is pretty much all I've got for what I was talking about. But like I said, before we get out of here, I want to go see if I can find those Batmobiles. Let's see here. Jazz Inc. Batmobile. See if I can find that real quick, like what Kyrus was talking about. Oh, that is not okay. Hold on. All right. Let's see here. Oops. 1/12 Batmobile. No, okay. Jazz Inc. 1/12 Batman versus Superman. Is that the one? Oh my. Okay, one, that's sweet if that's the one you were talking about, Kyrus. Two, it's already sold out where I found it. Oh, wow. See, I like Batmobiles. I'd need a Batmobile for my Batman. I'd rather it were an 89, and I didn't like the McFarlane one. Man, this looks sweet. But $450 sweet, I'm not so sure. Let's head back and see. Jazz Inc. When did these go up? Batman products, pre-order. Oh no, wait a sec. Is this it? No, 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 no. Don't tell me this. Okay, right now I'm seeing a penguin. Tumblr. All right, the Tumblr. I don't need the Tumblr. It never felt very Batmobile-ish to me. So I'm good without the Tumblr. Oh, is that 1/12 scale? That's sweet. Oh, 1/6 scale. So never mind there. 1/6 on those. 1/6. Okay, okay. I should go back to the chat and see if Kyrus is still here. Hang on. Oh, there we go. Okay, give me just a minute. I'll get to you, Kyrus. Put those coats on some blank bodies to be some unfinished replicants or genetically faulty replicants. Either way, it's cyberpunk to the core. There you go, Star. You could even start using that body we looked at the very beginning. Kyrus, it's the 89 Batmobile, I think, and the Batwing too. Oh no. 89? Oh man. Okay, hold on, hold on. I'm gonna find this dang thing. 1/12 scale. 89 Batmobile. And you said it's Jazz Inc. Here we go. Show me. Show me this thing. All right, I'm finding 1/6 scale. Unboxing and review, 1/6. Ah, the Batman versus Superman Batmobile. That sold a while back. Let's see. 1/6. Shoot. Kyrus, if you find it. Oh, wait a sec. Jazz Inc. Batman 89. Hang on. What are they saying here? The 89 Batmobile and Tumblr were already done back to wait a sec. Wait a sec. Oh man, this is just gonna be a Kyrus, do you have a website that I could check out? Let's see. Oh, the Batwing 1/12. Not sure about the Batmobile. Okay, okay, I'll check that. 1/12 scale, 89 Batwing. Oh, the prototype in progress. And it's Jazz Inc. Diorama's website. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, come on. Load the rest of these pictures. Oh, yeah. I would have to get that. I would definitely have to get that. Dang it, Kyrus. Why you got to make me spend my money? That thing is making toy photography pretty awesome. Assuming that it actually gets painted. We have, I want to click. Oh, okay. So these really are, that's the whole loaded picture. Man, 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 man. I wonder how much it is for the 1/12. That's going to be sweet. All right. Well, thanks for bringing that to my attention, Kyrus. And ladies and gentlemen, I think that's it for tonight's stream. I want to thank everybody for stopping in and hanging out. Remember, man, these all these things come together to make for some phenomenal toy photos. I've seen them on Instagram. A lot of people are killing it. Several of you are killing it. So you know the drill. You know the deal. You could have done anything with your time tonight, and you chose to hang out here with the greatest chat in all the internet. And I appreciate it, as does the chat. Thank you very much for stopping in. And until next time, have fun and happy snapping.